Hi. My personality type is an ISTJ. More specifically, I am a 62% introvert, 25% sensing, 38% thinking, and 59% judging. ISTJ types are called inspectors because they have a very strong sense of right and wrong. According to one site, the one word that best describes an inspector is super dependable. They have a very strong internal sense of duty, which makes them seem a bit serious sometimes, but also helps motivate them to follow through with their tasks. They're very organized and methodical. They generally succeed in anything that they undertake. They're very dependable on following through with things that they have promised to do, which sometimes gets them more and more work piled on them. They prefer to work alone, but they're also good at working with teams if they need to. They're very loyal, faithful, and dependable, and place a very great importance on honesty and integrity. They generally take things very seriously, but they also have an offbeat sense of humor. They tend to believe in laws and traditions. Inspectors are patient with their work. They want to make sure they get it done right so they don't rush it, but they're not always that patient with others around them because they expect other people to have the same sense of duty that they do and be as dependable as they are. They are very uncomfortable at expressing affection and emotion to others. They care real deeply about those close to them, but they're just not real good at expressing it. They're extremely faithful and loyal, very traditional, and very family-minded. Inspectors aren't very comfortable with anything that gets too fancy. Their work tends to be plain and down to earth and not showy. Their clothes are often simple and conservative rather than the latest fashion, and their homes and work environment tend to be neat and orderly and traditional rather than trendy. They, are just prefer old-fashioned over the newfangled stuff. I'm not surprised at any of these things. All of it fits me 100%. The only thing that does kind of surprise me is I've taken this test before. I took it a few years ago, and although last time and this time both I was an ISTJ, which is not surprising, but my scores changed. Last time I took it, I was 100% of an introvert, and that came down to a 62% this time. The sensing didn't change. The thinking increased a little bit, and the judging decreased some. I know the last time that I took the test, there were some things that I felt like that I needed to work on to try to change, try to get out of my comfort zone on some stuff, so maybe that helped, because I feel like that my scores are better this time. I don't really feel like I changed all the way from 100% down to a 62% of an introvert, but as far as the resume goes, I don't think I would change anything. I already had things, skills on my resume, such as very detailed oriented, high analytical skills, highest levels of honesty, ethics, judgment, and maturity. So I think that all that fits pretty well. Thanks.